All right, guys, and we are back with our NFL Week 3 recap. What a week. What a terrible week for me betting yet again in the NFL. I'll tell you what, there's one team that I'm really just going to obliterate in here.
Okay.
There's
I
just
like the
one
sound of
that's
that.
absolutely going to get it. They killed me and my dad, and they just cost my dad
I think
$300.
I know who
So
that is, and they
yeah, I'm
also
sure I'm sure they
okay.
costed you as well.
Um,
But yeah, we're going to get
yeah,
into that.
just kick it off with some betting records. I was 7-4 this week. I'm not touching this Cowboys Giants game tonight. Um, I really with all the Cowboys injuries, I don't really like even and the line's so tight. I don't know if it's moved. I mean, they've announced that Gallup's not going to play.
Hmm.
Schultz is doubtful.
Hmm.
Um, Smith's still out. I know they got a couple guys on defense that are questionable. If they were like, if they had all those guys and they were maybe like 3-point dogs or 2-point dogs, maybe I touch it. But I don't. I'm not touching that game. But I wrapped up 7-4. Shout out to Broncos last night. I told you. I
Oh.
told you that game was going to be close, and just a little bit of Russ magic was going to be the difference. That's what it was. Even though the Broncos are bad,
Dude, they're
R-
terrible.
really bad. Um, yeah, I did all right. I did have the Raiders as the best bet, and I apologize. I had a question for you, Douglas, with the Raiders, and
Yep.
I know you're going to go into them a little bit later and whatnot, but
Yep. That's my team that I'm going to hammer. Yep.
are they the best 0-3 team of all time in terms of talent on a roster?
Oh, it has to
That's
be.
what I
But
mean. That's what I was thinking. I said, has there ever been a team assembled with this much talent? As you know, the wide receivers, the quarterback. The quarterback's not elite, but he's solid.
oh,
The
I got
pat
something for him. I'm
the
going to disagree with that.
the pass rushers. They have two great pass rushers. This seems like this team is just not in a good spot right now. Uh, yeah. Douglas, you went 6-5. You still have the over tonight.
Hmm.
You still have the over, so you can get back. You can either go to 500 or you can get to 7-5, which would be better week. But
It would be a better
you
week
ever
for
gonna
me.
crack? You ever gonna crack 50% in the NFL?
No,
You're at 41 right now.
no, I don't
So
think we'll get. I don't think we're going to get there, buddy. I
okay,
don't think so.
I think you need a good week. You need a week like I had. You need to go 13-4 one week, and you'll
I
skyrocket.
thought this was going to be the week. I really did. So,
And then Dollar and a Dream, we each had 7 plays,
hmm,
and you went 2 for 7.
yeah,
I went 5 for 7.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
If
I
someone would have
mean,
round robin and took the
well,
seven, they would
well,
have hit.
if we think about it, Baltimore, Josh Oliver scores and not Isaiah Likely. What are we doing, Harbaugh?
Yeah, no,
You
that's
drafted the kid for a reason. That was tough. If that was Likely, and then it would have came down to Higbee in the 4 o'clock window for me to go perfect. So that was disappointing, but well, I'm feeling a lot better because I said I had a gut feeling on Will Disley scoring, and he did score. So
he
I
did. When
did
I
like that.
saw that, I said, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Um, let's get into shout out. Anyone you want to shout out, Douglas? Well, I know it wasn't a great week, but I think you might have to say something to Frank Reich and the Colts. You had them and I
Absolute.
didn't.
I
So
did absolutely. I had a bet in for them on the money line. Even it hit. Excuse me. I carried a conversation through the course of 2 or 3 days in a group I'm in with DePauli, TJ, Mason,
mhm.
and Noah. And DePauli and TJ lit into me on Friday when I said, "You guys freaking book it, Indianapolis money line." And I just was saying it, dude. They tore into me. TJ said, and I quote, "I'll bet you $500 right now that doesn't happen."
You
And
should
I didn't take it. I didn't take it. I didn't take it. I didn't take it.
talk about bet regret.
Oh, absolutely. But I wouldn't, even if I did, like, I wouldn't be like, pay me my five hundred
Wait.
dollars.
Wait. Did he say that? Did he
He
say that?
messaged that to me
Did he say that to win or to
to,
cover?
to win.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
To
a little
cover,
different.
DePauli said both of them said that they're not going to cover either, let alone win. And
Okay.
I said, we will see. And they did. As soon as they covered, they got a message yesterday, fast and in a hurry. fast and in a hurry.
Yeah, hey, might be a little trouble in paradise out there because do you see Mahomes arguing with the
And
enemy?
oh, I did.
Oh, that didn't look good. You
I
hate
did.
to see that.
They had to have Walrus pull Mahomes away.
My team, um, give the Jags, baby. Shout out to the
Dude,
Jags. I
man.
told you, I
You
said I
did.
love it. I love it at 7. This team is being disrespected. If it wasn't for a collapse against Washington, it'd be a 3-0 team. Lawrence looks freaking awesome.
He looks like he's about to crack the top 10 quickly.
He is coming into his own. I love that. I love that Peterson's there because if Peterson took Nick Foles to Super Bowl, he can take Trevor Lawrence there.
Yeah, I mean,
So he looked awesome. Let's see here. Bears ugly, but they covered 2.5.
they did.
That I mean, they should. I said it before. Just turn it to the triple option. Just
Yeah.
go to I think its name's Todd Monken, who's the coach of Army. Just go see if you're Eberflus, go see Monken over the offseason and just run the triple option with Fields because I think they do. I think they might do a little better.
Speaking of the Bears, are they the worst 2-1 team in the league? They got to be. There's no way that there's not. I mean,
let me do a quick look see here.
They've got to be the worst 2-1 team.
Let's see standings. The Browns.
I would take the Browns over the Bears.
Did you see Myles Garrett? Actually, I not to make light of anything, like we're just bringing it up, but I did see before we started recording this, Myles Garrett was in a car accident.
I did. I saw a picture of the car. I'm shocked that he only has scratches on him.
It said it's not life threatening, so that's good to hear. But that's worrisome if you're the Browns because you need him. Are the Bears the worst 2-1 team? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I figured.
I rolled through. They are.
They have to be.
No, but shout out to them. I mean, listen, if they play bad teams, they do all right. So just keep betting them against bad teams and fading them against good teams.
Absolutely.
I guess my last shout out's got to be the Dolphins. I told you.
You did.
South Beach is a tough what?
I was gonna say, I'm kind of when I heard that the whole secondary was out, I love the Dolphins. When the Bills' whole secondary was rolled out of the game, I said, "Man, this isn't going to be good."
I don't think
They're going to have to score.
I think Miami's defense was the difference, not the Bills.
I agree, but I think
the Bills didn't get torched. They held. I mean, the one play Waddle was open, but I mean, Tyreek Hill had what, like 3 catches in that game, and for 20 yards. They played fine defensively. It just I think Miami's defense is a little slept on, and
it is for sure.
And Tua did what he needed to do, which is fine. He doesn't have to, even though they have high-powered offense, he doesn't have to go out there and press.
Yeah, definitely is. I'm looking forward to the next time they play in Buffalo. I don't care what the line is. I'll be taking Buffalo.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a little different.
Did you see how mad everyone on that team, Allen, the dude up in the box, did you see how pissed they were that they lost that game? Well, I mean, they want it more. You could just tell they want it more.
Not so much. And really, I mean, as happy as I am that they covered and winnings, whatever. I don't really care about the AFC East, but Josh Allen, that throw at the end was bad. It was late.
Was bad.
It was a late throw. It was a weak throw. He did not process that. If you're the Bills, you got to be happy with how they played for the first 2 weeks. But those final seconds against Miami in a tough game, in a hard-fought game, and that game had a playoff atmosphere. That I guaranteed there were twice as many viewers watching that Miami Bills game than I think the Ravens and the Patriots we had one. I don't know if I ever had eyes besides on Red Zone. The Patriots Ravens game because that game was so electric. So if you're a Bills fan, you got to be a little bit worried that he didn't come through in that game. All right, on to the airing of grievances.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about it.
Let's see here for me. I know you're going to tear into the Raiders, so I guess I'll just take the Saints. The Saints need a quarterback. The Saints, they need a quarterback. Jameis is, I think Jameis is reaching that point where, remember when Cam Newton started to fall off in Carolina?
Yeah.
I think they're at that point with Jameis. Jameis, he got the LASIK surgery. He's out of Tampa. Hopefully he's not an NFL starting quarterback. Sorry. He had a good run in college, beat my Auburn Tigers in the national championship game. But they gotta get a quarterback. And I mean, it's a good class. So maybe they just, start tanking.
Yeah, they definitely need to do something because
Mhm.
Jameis looks terrible. And I got Michael Thomas in fantasy, and I'm tired of seeing little nines. I liked the first 2 weeks whenever he caught fire in the fourth quarter, but they don't do anything until the fourth quarter, it seems. That's really odd to me. I'm gonna just absolutely tear into the Raiders right now.
Let me hear the thoughts.
So we are 0-3. We are 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that roster has so much talent. You got Jacobs, Adams, Waller, Renfro, but he was hurt. He didn't play. But Mac Hollins just stepped in like it was nothing and had 8 for 158 and a touchdown. Shout out Ohio State. Derek Carr is expected to be decent. He sucks. Derek Carr sucks.
Yeah,
he is overrated and sucks. This team sucks. They're not going to make the playoffs now. It's done.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, dude, the AFC's too strong. It's done. They're cooked.
They can first of all, they can always beat the Broncos.
Yeah, well, they play this week coming, I believe. So they got the Broncos this week. I don't know if it's in Vegas or in Denver. I couldn't tell you.
Here.
I'm going to take them to win that game. I do think they win. But I just saw something today. McDaniels is a head coach. He's 1-10. He's now 1-10.
Here. I'll take you through this. Okay.
Okay.
They go to Denver next week. You just keep track of the record. They go to Denver next week. They win. Or no, sorry. They host Denver. They win. They lose in Kansas City. They win at home against Houston.
Okay.
They win at New Orleans. That's going to be a tough one, but I think they squeak that out.
Okay.
They lose at Jacksonville.
Okay.
They win in Indy, or win they win at home against Indy.
Okay.
They win at Denver.
Okay.
They win.
So they sweep Denver just to get that
They sweep
correct.
Denver.
Okay.
They win at Seattle.
Okay.
They lose at home against the Chargers.
Okay.
They lose at home against the Rams.
Okay.
They beat New England at home.
Okay.
They beat Pittsburgh on the road.
Okay.
They lose to San Francisco at home.
Okay.
And they beat Kansas City.
So they'd be 9-8.
I think they get that 7th spot.
I don't know if that's gonna get it for them, man.
I think the NFC is gonna be. I mean, okay, like who else? I'm trying to think. The Bills. I mean, Dolphins are gonna come out. They're gonna be the.
There's one for sure.
The South. Who's gonna come out of the South? Everyone sucks.
If the Jags win, who's to say the Colts can catch fire, dude? They just beat Kansas
right.
City. You don't know. You don't know.
That seemed like that did seem like
it is a stretch, but I get it. But
I think the Jags will come out of there.
It couldn't happen.
I don't see any other team though having the record I don't think you're going to have a 10-win wild card team.
No, but I could see the Ravens and Cincinnati both coming out of the North.
Yeah. Okay.
So that right there, that takes 2.
Okay.
Wild card spots up if you got the Dolphins or the Bills.
Takes 1.
No, hold on.
Okay, 2. Yeah.
So there's 2.
Uh-huh.
And the AFC West itself, I got the Chargers coming out over the Raiders or the Chiefs. That's the problem.
Don't you feel the Chiefs are due for a little bit of regression?
Dude, I've been saying it all year. I think that it's coming.
I think it's coming. I think they hit a hot start, and I think they're going to start dropping here.
I think teams are going to figure them out.
I think they're going to be a little closer to 500, especially seems like they got some internal.
But a little closer to 500, you just never know. They may not make the playoffs. And at this, the way they're playing, they don't deserve to, quite frankly. They let Derrick Henry in the first half. He didn't do nothing in the second half. They stopped him. But first half, I mean, Henry was just doing what he wanted, where he wanted. They made Tannehill look good.
They're the perfect example of why you need good O-line play to win.
Yeah,
They
for sure.
don't have O-line play, and it kills them. There's no way that this it's on McDaniels. I think just the offensive line is not talented. I don't know whether they have to trade for people or draft them, but they got to do something to change that up and have a better run game for Jacobs, because Jacobs, I understand you have Adams and Renfro and Waller and even Matt Collins played fantastic on Sunday, but Josh Jacobs is a running back who needs to touch the ball 13 times a game.
Well,
At the least.
he had 13 carries Sunday on the nose.
Yeah.
I have it right here. 13. He should have had 18 then.
Yep.
What are we doing here?
I think
I couldn't agree with you more there.
I think McDaniels gets a little too pass happy sometimes. So, but yeah, he's got to go back to his New England roots, because Brady used to love to run the ball. So I think he's just got to run the ball a little bit.
Just miserable, truly. I mean, they had 19 carries as a team.
Yeah.
One of those carries, Adams had a sweep where he lost 4 yards. So if you take that out, you have 18 carries for 100 yards between 3 guys. Why are you not running the ball? You're averaging over 4 a carry, really. Why?
They did get down early, so
I
guess.
But my God.
But then also Darren Waller's going to catch the 2-point conversion.
Yeah. I mean,
was it a 2-point or touch? I don't remember. He dropped one. It went right through his hands, and then they picked it. So
I don't know. I didn't watch the last play of the game. I wasn't home, and Dylan texted me and said, "You're not going to want to see this." The Raiders scored because he needed them too. I needed him. My dad needed him just to hit the bet. That was the last leg I needed.
There's just some bad vibes coming right now from them.
Killer, dude. I will not be. I'm gonna bet them this week, and they better not. They better not go to 0-4.
That one is on me. I'm stuck between two. It's either the Steelers or the Vikings. The Steelers are just bad. Yeah. So maybe that's more on me. The Vikings, that's tough though, because I think the Lions are a better team than they should be able to cover 5 points against the Vikings anywhere. But the Steelers, I think that might have been a bad. Well, then pitchy woo woo at the end kind of cost it.
Yeah. It screwed me out of a Pat McAfee super boost. I know that.
So.
Know that.
Yeah, Steelers, they got to get stuff fixed. Their offense is miserable. I think. Have you heard anything? I don't follow them.
Nope. But... so here's what's going to happen. So they are my biggest loser of this week.
Wow.
The Steelers are. Not just because of the loss. Yes, the loss is bad, but that was the best Trubisky has played.
Yeah.
Since he's been starting. That was his best game he's played. He and the team were still 1 for 9 on third down conversions. The defense let Cleveland, go 6 for 16 on third down and 3 for 4 on fourth down. They almost went 50% on conversions. You don't win football games that way.
No.
1 for 9, no attempts on fourth down at all when you're trailing, and then they go 9 for 20 on third and fourth down. Next, with the Steelers, after this week, and they very well may lose to the Jets. I saw that
they have a tough slate.
It's very tough. I love that Wilson's playing. That being said, they got to treat this one like a playoff game if they want any chance of making playoffs at all. I don't think it matters personally. That's just what people are saying. Like, they got to win this one. I don't think it makes a difference. They suck ass. They're just terrible, really. Say they win this one. They're 2-2. And I'm going to ask you these, and you tell me what you think, because you're not a Steelers fan.
Okay.
After this, we head to Buffalo.
Is Watt back for that game?
Nope.
42-10. Buffalo.
Okay. After that, Tampa Bay comes to Pittsburgh.
Is Tampa Bay semi-healthy?
Yes.
But Tampa Bay by
They'll have Evans. They'll have Evans.
Tampa Bay by 17.
After that, we had to Miami.
I definitely could see the Steelers getting shut out in that game.
I could see it too. That defense is tough. After that, we head to Miami.
That's a loss.
After that, we head to Philadelphia.
That's a loss.
We have a bye week, and then we come back to Pittsburgh and host New Orleans.
That's a win.
Could be a win. After that, Cincinnati comes to Pittsburgh.
That's going to be a loss.
I think so too. So right there, we got 1 win in 6 games. That keeps us. Keep in mind, we would be 3-7 if we beat the Jets and beat the Saints. 3-7. They suck. They're screwed. Done.
Sure.
See ya.
That's a
Tank.
tough. That's
Go
a tough
tank.
slate.
Get
Yeah.
in a good offensive
See,
lineman or a good defensive
I
piece.
said this after week 1 with the Cowboys, and you called me crazy.
No, if you're not going to start Pickett, you have to put him in there. This is
Yeah.
the game to do it.
Yeah,
Jets at home, if you're going to give them confidence, you can't do it on any of the next 6 games.
No,
You
this is
got
the
to do
one.
one of those ones. You got to do this one, or don't put him in at all.
Yeah.
That's my biggest loser, though.
If they don't,
the Steelers.
if they lose,
and everyone in the division also won this week as well.
If they lose those other 6, if they lose 6 out of their next 7, Will Anderson coming to Pittsburgh?
Would not be mad at that.
Because I think Will Anderson is the best player. I still think teams that suck are going to need quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I text you that. So I think it wouldn't be crazy to see Anderson fall to like 5.
No.
The Steelers are sitting
not
there.
At all.
You put him and Watt.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
I would not hate to see that.
Let's see here. We already did on me. My biggest loser of the week. I did not write one down, but as I'm looking at it, I give out a couple. Brandon Staley, you're a loser.
He is a loser, dude.
Listen, the Jags are very good. This isn't for them losing. It's for having your starting quarterback in down 28 with broken rib cartilage and throwing him out to the dogs.
Yeah,
that's why you have a backup quarterback, Brandon. Put him in the game. Take your star out. Let him sit. Let him relax. Say, hey, listen, what a gutsy performance. You didn't win, but you went out there and you didn't let your teammates down. Respect. We'll go get them next week. You idiot. If something would have happened to them, if something would have happened to him, Staley, would have been bad. The seat would have turned up about 40 degrees. Robert Saleh. I called him Mo Salah because Mo Salah he plays for Liverpool. Robert Saleh. You're telling people to take receipts, or you're taking people's receipts from what they say about you in the media. Great, you go get a lucky win in Cleveland, and you tell everyone, just keep doubting us. And then you go home and you score 12 points against a Cincinnati defense that isn't very good.
Yep.
That Cooper Rush put, 20 up against or something?
Yep.
Yikes, bud. Okay. Other one, Kyler Murray. Stop playing Call of Duty, you idiot. Okay.
Yeah, he's
another 12 spot at home. Okay. Rams defense, they got a couple good pieces. Ramsey's elite, Donald's elite, but Wagner's over the hill. Mm-hmm. They got a rookie at the other corner. I understand Hopkins is out, but you put up 20-something against the Raiders defense on the road. Pathetic performance.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, just because even though they won, Nathaniel Hackett's not going to be long in Denver.
No, he can't be. He's so stupid.
That offense is terrible. It's literally let Russ drop back, look for 2 seconds, and swing it out to either Gordon or Javonte Williams. So,
yeah,
those are my losers of the week.
Speaking of Hackett, real quick, did you notice last night he wouldn't kick a 59-yard field goal in Denver, but he'll try a 64-yarder in Seattle?
Yeah, he's
dude. Guy.
Listen, and that's really when it comes. I think he's still the play caller, but when you're a head coach in the NFL, you have to have things in order where when you get into situations, you already know what you're going to do.
Yeah,
I don't think he does that. And they talked about he has someone now that's dedicated to that position about giving him analytics and giving him advice on certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. If you're a head coach, one, you shouldn't be a play caller. Even if you're a great play caller, start grooming somebody. And if you want to split time, calling plays, whatever. But start grooming someone to eventually take over that position, because if you're calling plays and you have to manage a football game, it's not easy.
No,
it's not easy to do both. So, especially at the NFL level, it's ridiculous. He needs to give away the play calling duties and move on to something, because he is bad right now.
Yeah. I got a question for you off topic, different game. Is Lamar the MVP right now? Yeah, I feel like he's got to be,
don't
right?
think it's close.
I don't think
Was
it's
he
that
at
close
12
either.
touchdowns through 3
12
games?
touchdowns through the air, I think. I
Yeah.
think that's just through the air, if I'm not mistaken.
He's something, man.
He had 100 rushing yards again this past week.
I told you if I could go back to when we started this, I would put Lamar in at MVP because he's that, and it'll honestly kind of be funny if the Ravens don't pay him, because it's kind of what are you doing if they just franchise tag him again and be like, man, I don't know how you if he goes at this pace, he'll probably have one of the best seasons of all time if he goes at this pace.
He's number 4 in rushing yards right now in the league. He's number 4 in rushing yards.
Yeah,
he's a quarterback.
And think who his receivers are: Demarcus Robinson and Rashad Bateman. I mean,
not great. Devin Duvernay. Don't forget
and
Duvernay.
Duvernay and Andrews. I mean,
Andrews is a
monster.
Great. He looks like the best tight end in football, even better than Kelsey. Kittle, doesn't matter.
So yeah, I mean, but it's still not good. Moving on. One big takeaway, Douglas. I'm interested to hear yours.
My one big takeaway is the AFC West is overrated dog shit. That's my takeaway. They are overrated. The whole division. Starting top all the way to the Raiders, little caca selves down here. They stink all the way through the ladder to the top. They all suck.
I think Herbert being hurt's gonna kill the Chargers, even though I don't like the Chargers. Raiders are just in a bad spot right now. I told you before the season, and I think it might be a little bit of a Hackett, but Russ is over the hill. Russ is not the player
he's far from.
He's way over the hill. And then I think obviously losing Hill is going to change so much in Kansas City, but Mahomes fighting with the enemy is not a good visual.
No, it's not.
That seems like I don't think that's a thing where at the end of a half you just get mad and start yelling. I think it's something that's built. Mm-hmm. So that's not good. I think my one big takeaway has to be Jaguars are going to be a division winner. One.
Yep.
And I think if they keep going at the pace they're going, I think Josh Allen's like second in the league in sacks or pressures or something crazy. If he can keep doing that, they bring along Travon Walker. They got Devin Lloyd on defense, who's another rookie. Their secondary is underrated. Kirk's getting open in the offense. They got
Kirk might be a top 10 receiver right now.
They have a two-headed monster with ETN and Robinson at running back. If they can just maybe get one more receiver, two more receivers to step up and make plays, maybe a tight end. I know they got Dan Arnold down there. This team is, and most importantly, Trevor Lawrence, keep going on the track he's going, where he's like top 5 in QBR, top 10 in interception rate, touchdown to interception ratio. This team is not a team you want to play. They have a lot of athletes, and Peterson's has a track record. He's won a Super Bowl. So
I was actually
right now.
I love that because I was between taking the AFC West, and I had a feeling you're big on Jacksonville. So I left that because I thought you would take it. But my other big takeaway is Doug Peterson's going to win Coach of the Year. That guy's going to win Coach of the Year. Last year, they won. What they win last year? 2 games?
Yeah.
Three, maybe 3?
Yeah, and one of them was the Bills.
Okay, and they're there already. I saw something that would make you laugh. Doug Peterson is tied for 5th all-time on the Jaguars coaching list with Urban Meyer for most wins. So,
I'm trying to think who's number 1. It's got to be Tom Coughlin, right? Is the number 1?
You would think so. Yes.
Tom Coughlin. Who else is? I mean, couldn't be Jack Del Rio.
He's probably up there. I bet Del Rio's up there.
Look, pull it up real fast. I'll edit this.
Let's see what we got.
It's got to be Coughlin and then maybe Doug Marrone.
Here we go. Jaguars all-time winning coaches. Yeah, Coughlin, Del Rio, Mike Mularkey.
Del Rio's really ahead of Marrone? Yep. Mm-hmm. By how many games?
Let's see. Marrone won.
Because he had to run with them to the AFC Championship game. when they had
Let me,
Ramsey.
hold on, I just freaking closed out of it because I got 1,000 windows open. Okay. 60, what was that? 68 and 71 for Del Rio is his record.
I guess Maroon's last couple of years.
22 and 42 was Maroon's record.
Yeah, I'm starting to think about it. After Ramsey left, that team really went downhill.
Yeah, so it was Coughlin
So-
at 68 and 60. Del Rio's actually tied with Coughlin
Wow.
at 68 wins. More losses, though. He's got more losses.
Yeah.
Mike Malarkey going to go ahead and drop in at third. Gus Bradley.
When your last name is a synonym for bullshit, you know it's not going to be good.
No, can't be. Cannot be good. Coughlin led him to a 4-4 playoff record. Marone led him to 2-1, and Del Rio 1-2. No one else took him there. So,
all right. Looking ahead to the week 4, look ahead to the NFL. We get a big one. Thursday night. Actually, a good Thursday night football matchup. Who would have thought it? Miami heads to Cincy. Could you pull up the lines? I'm gonna guess these lines. Listen, Miami. That's it's going to be tough to get up for a short week. That was a buzzsaw of a game against the Bills. That was if you watch the end of that game, I know you talked about it. Those players were keeling over at the end of that game.
You and I are going to disagree on this, and I love this line though.
It's at Cincy on a short week.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be a tight line.
Yep.
I'm going to say Miami's a 1.5 point favorite.
Cincy's a 3.5 point favorite.
Love Miami.
I love Cincinnati. I think they're going to destroy them. I do.
Mike McDaniel.
And I don't know. I get it for sure.
He's going to have them ready.
Look, they're comfortable. They got their feet up. They're 3-0 and short week. Cincy, every game's going to matter for them right now. I feel like they're going to want it more, and the hungry dog runs faster, like you like to say.
You're absolutely right. I'm just thinking about the Bengals won't be able to stop the Dolphins.
That's a good point. They might not be able to.
They won't be able to stop.
Tyreek Hill called out Eli Apple already. So
yeah, Tyreek's ready to go. It seems like that. If Miami was favored, even but on a short line, maybe. But the fact that Cincy is favorites, I don't know if Cincy can stop Miami. I mean, they couldn't stop Dallas with Cooper Rush and CeeDee Lamb.
I want to leave this here for you. I will be taking Cincinnati -3.5 on my card. So just remember that I want that on my card.
just text it because it's easier for me to input it all at once. But
Gotcha.
I'm definitely leaning right now towards taking Miami. I'm going to look at some injury stuff, but let's see here. Let's see any other games. Hey, if the Giants win tonight, Giants beat the Cowboys, they will be 3-0, and they're hosting the 2-1 Bears. On paper, that's just they say Chicago Bears and New York Giants.
Yeah.
That sounds like a stinker, but it could be a big game in terms of playoff. New York could possibly get to 4-0 in that game. So
somehow, some way.
Buffalo.
I love this game as well.
Buffalo, 1:00 game goes to Baltimore. Baltimore and Lamar. I mean, this is going to be, Buffalo's got to get back up after a heartbreaking loss. Baltimore, Lamar, this is when you prove you're worth the money.
Yep.
Like
Buffalo is 3.5 point.
This is something that's always been a tough pill to swallow being a Cowboys fan, and people say it and there's just no rebuttal to it. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback, but he can't win the big games.
Yeah.
To be worth that money, you have to be able to win the big games. So Lamar, this is an earn that contract game if there
Lamar has yet to do that. That's why I think they're skeptical.
So another one, Jacksonville. My Jaguars, they get a real test. They go to Philly at 1:00. If that game was at night, I'd probably be taking Philly. I'm going to say that line. Eagles are a 6.5 point favorite.
Correct.
Yeah. Don't hate the Jags there, but that's another test game. Philly, Eagles might be riding a little too high. Jaguars feeling it's us against the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing Jacksonville's win total before the year was probably like what? 5.5.
I was going to say
maybe.
6.5.
So somewhere around there, and they're already, look like they're going to beat that easy. But I feel like the Jags right now have like an us against the world mentality.
Absolutely.
New England at Green Bay. I think I love Green Bay in that game.
I do as well.
Don't think it's really worth talking about. But and then I like the Sunday night and Monday night games though.
Love both of those too.
KC goes to Tampa Bay.
Mhm.
Offense versus defense in that one. It's going to be interesting. Like we talked about, Mahomes and Miami had some words on the sideline. Can they get that stuff figured out before they go down and probably face the best defense in the league?
Guess that line to that game.
Tampa Bay at home is going to be Tampa Bay looked pretty bad. Pretty bad. Evans will be back, which will help a lot.
Mm-hmm. Godwin could be back.
Julio, I'm guessing is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa's a 1-point favorite.
Kansas City is a 2.5-point favorite, which makes me love Tampa Bay.
I do. I like it too.
Love Tampa.
Then we'll wrap up the week a week from tonight with the Rams at San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
want to
know.
guess that. Do you want to take a guess on that line?
I think the Rams have to be favorites on the road. I would think the face you're giving me, probably not. Then give me.
They are not.
I'll guess San Francisco is a 2.5-point favorite at home.
That is correct.
I might like the Rams there.
I think I like the Rams too, but I don't know. San Fran just had a big letdown, and the Rams are, they won their last two in relatively easy fashion. It seemed.
Then again, it could be a
that's a probably game.
It's a playoff
I probably don't
revenge
touch
game.
that. I probably don't touch that.
It's a playoff revenge game for San Fran. So
I'm trying to see what the over under is. 42.5. I don't hate the over.
I don't hate the over either. All right, that's it. We're about to go watch the Cowboys get their stuff crammed in by the Giants.
No, Cowboys money line.
Just need. I have a teaser right now, so everyone pray for me. If you're watching this tomorrow, hopefully it hit. If the Cowboys win, I'll win a lot of money. So, anything else you want to bring up before we're done here?
No, that's all with me. I'm gonna go watch the Cowboys get a W, and my man Cooper Rush sling it to CD Lamb.
Cooper Rush, yeah. All right,
big Coop.
All right, we'll be back. Like I said in the college football wrap up, we got we'll have our 2 episodes out this week. Go watch some football, guys.
Yep.
Relax, enjoy life for a little bit. Like, share, subscribe. Shout us out on social. See you guys.